second floor, third floor up there. Look at that, this is amazing. Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the CB Traveler channel. We've got a busy day today. We're gonna head up and tour the Casa Grande National Monument. It's like probably like a 3-story adobe building that was built 1,000 years ago or so, something like that. But it's in Coolidge, Arizona, which it's about, I don't know, 50 miles south, like downtown Phoenix. It's not that bad, depending on traffic. I know sometimes heading down the I-10 at certain times, it gets pretty bad. But on a weekend, something like that, it's only about a 50 mile, no traffic. And then after that, we're gonna go check out some petroglyphs out on the Picacho Peak mountain, or the Picacho mountain range. I made a video about an old abandoned stagecoach stop near Superior, and I got a comment on there from Jan Mead that mentioned that there's one up by Eloy. It's easier to get to and better condition. So I thought, yeah, let's go check that out too. So I appreciate the tip, Jan. And yeah, this is going to be fun. All right, well, here's the turnoff. Casa Grande Ruins National Monument. You can kind of see it already straight ahead of us, just a little bit to the left, but it's covered with a big old canopy to help keep the rain off of it and keep it in better condition for a longer period of time. I have been here once before, but it was only to get pictures. Yeah, I didn't do any YouTube then, so I thought it was really neat, and I think you'll enjoy this little tour. It's not huge. They have a really nice museum inside, and yeah, the outside is a lot of original building, and then they kind of are restoring some of the smaller rooms as you walk around, and the lower walls. So look at that. That thing is huge. And from here, the camera doesn't really do it justice. But that thing is so cool. All right, well, I'm just gonna get up here, see if I can't find some shade, maybe, to park in. And it's gonna be fun. Oh, and I have a passenger with me today. It's my youngest son, Calvin. So everybody say hi, Calvin. It's kind of fun, gonna travel with me on this little trip. So all right, here we are. Not much shade, but gonna be fun. Well, let's take a quick look over here. Check out this storyboard. The Anza Expedition and Casa Grande Ruins while camped along the Gila River on August 31st, 1775. Wow, that was... people and abandoned around 1450 CE. Wow. So Father Kino thought to be the first European to visit the ruins in 1694. Saguaros are starting to blossom or to bloom. It's usually a good sign. That usually could mean monsoons are coming. So this is really cool. Casa Grande National Monument, Prehistoric Ruins, National Park Service. And it's a good thing is it's free. Wow, look how big that thing is. And back there, back in the like 1200s, that would probably seem huge. Man, all right, let's go inside. See, there you go, no fee. National Park Service. No smoking. Oh, there's bees. They'll be all over those saguaros. Here's a little map. Casa Grande. Here's a picture of it without the, like in 1880s. That's cool. That's what it looked like back in 1880s. Aerial view.
That's very cool.
What were you gonna say?
I was wondering what this ball cart was used for. Ball court.
I wonder if they played like that. Wondering what that ball court was, but you know how they used to. Maybe it's kind of like their version of like a soccer.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like the Aztecs used to play that game inside. There was hoops, kind of like basketball, but they played to the death.
Slightly different.
And that's what it would have looked like right there, compound A. So there's 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch of compounds, and then in the middle they had this ball court, and they had a mound. That glare is bad. Please do not lean on touch display. That is a big old piece of pottery there. Wow.
That was found right here.
That was found right there?
That's where it was found.
Wow.
So it's up in that far corner.
Okay.
It was found in this little room right here.
Wow.
Yeah, its date of birth is about 1150.
That's interesting. Yeah, that big pottery was found in that right there. Imagine how old that thing is to survive that. Huh, very interesting. Some old grinding stones. Looks like an axe. See the axe up here? Or something. Might have been used to crush clay. Hematite. So those are rock. See, this is what it's showing them. What kind of a community it was. Obsidian, jewels of the archaeological record. Obsidian. Look at that old shell. What is that? Conch. Pacific Ocean, Gulf of California. Did they find that here too, I wonder? I wonder if they found that shell here. Traded, maybe it's traded or something for something. Some more pottery there. This is kind of a cutout. what we're going to be looking at in a second. Look how they have those holes in the roof. And climb up there. There's little ladders to climb up there. Oh, there's another big piece of pottery too. Grind down some corn and beans, mesquite beans, I think. The mystery continues. Some believe the extreme drought ended the Hohokam culture. Got an artist in action over here. A record of the dig. Alright, oh, they have you can watch a movie in here. First showing 9 a.m., last showing 3 p.m. They close at 4. I think it was 4. But you can watch a video about it. Nice cool air conditioning, especially in the summer. Ancestral Sonoran Desert people. No one alive knows what name the people who built the Casa Grande called themselves centuries ago. I think we have to go this way. They're doing work over there. I think that's an organ. I think that's called an organ pipe cactus. I think that's what that is. There's some more saguaros. Like I said before, that usually means it's monsoon, but one of the rangers was saying that the ironwoods? Yeah. The ironwoods are blooming pretty heavy already, so it'd be nice. Before walled compounds, 4,100 years ago. Man. Desert farming now and then. See him knocking off the fruits to the saguaros. A prickly pear. Look at all those canals they had. They had canals back then too. 3,500 years ago, earliest canals. That is a huge structure. Man. Yeah, I think they're preserving. See how these were like huts and storage rooms. So daily life within the walls. The open spaces behind you and to your right are called plazas. You might have watched food preparations, pottery making, spinning, weaving, basket making, and other chores. So they did that in the summer. They'd go and do that inside, and in the winter do it out in the open. So that was these. That's where they would make that stuff. And behind us, well, just look how they're just melting into the, they're just melting back into the earth, the mounds, when they're not protected. Every rainstorm, a little bit more, a little bit more. Let's see. And over here, you see these are like the original stuff here. Then you can see where they've refinished it. Yeah, probably for protection. Yeah, and that may have been what it looked like originally. I mean, the surface. It'd have been up higher, but. Yeah, see, there's, what are the, oh, they have, look at, they have one of those like adobe bricks. See, they're making adobe over there. That's interesting. This is a big compound, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, that looks, it's so cool over there in that corner. Look at that dust devil way off in the distance there. Thing's big. It's a big dust devil. All right, let's take a look at this. Engineered to last. Picture of the effort and skills needed to build something to the size of the Casa Grande without modern power tools. You see, here's them building some walls. Other great houses were found along the Gila River. This is the only example of multi-story structure from the Hohokam culture. Built about 700 years ago. So you look closely at the walls, you can see horizontal lines. Those lines show courses, the height. A batch of caliche was piled on the work session. Huh. And that was there. See, they even had fences along there. Keep out the coyotes and snakes, lizards. Still pigeons up there though. Like you can see where there was there were floors up there, those ledges. That's where the floors were. And in that model they showed inside, this is where the ladder that went up to the top. So it was like a balcony area up top. It's just amazing that we can get, do not enter. It's amazing that something, there's a floor. And here it's been repaired with some brick. It's just amazing this much mud piled up and formed. It's been around for a long, long time. What do we got in here? Did you look in here? Wow. Look at that. Now they made these doors and openings small like that to keep in the heat in the winter. And there's also some really cool graffiti. 513, 19 something. But there's really old graffiti from soldiers and Europeans that have come down here. Wow. Second floor, third floor up there. Look at that, this is amazing. I want to see if I can find some of that. Somebody carved in a heart with some eyes. Look at these big old bolts they're using to help keep the structure together. Did you see that? Pigeons are taking over too. AEDYE. That's what that graffiti says. JF. It's hard to read some of these. There's more. Did you see those things helping hold it? That one pillar of mud, trying to make sure it doesn't collapse. That's a lot of mud.
Is that wood there doing the same thing, or is that original?
No, I think that's not original. It would have been round. If you see up top, there's that round hole.
Yeah.
They would have used logs, round. Oh, you thought it was in that round hole there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought if they're at the very, very top, they're probably just barely poking their
Yeah.
It's still really smooth.
Yeah, I think, well, see, they repaired this corner with fire brick. That's been repaired. So it looks like a lot of the bays around the door they've repaired. Oh, here's a hallway. Wow, look at this. Used to be able to go up there, it looks like. Look at that one chamber, or that one goes all, you can see all the way through. They blocked a window there. There's a storyboard. Wow, look at the side of that. Was that a window there?
No, there's another one right there. It's probably full of wood.
Those might have been windows so you can look out. Because you can see, look at how they filled in that doorway or something. Then there's an opening. Maybe that's for water to run off.
Oh, yeah,
Like a little scupper. Yeah. Maybe that's what that's for. Why build the Casa Grande? Archaeologists don't know for sure. Its original purpose remains a puzzle. Did an influential family or clan call the Casa Grande their home? They don't know. All right, so let's see here. harvesting a bountiful desert. For centuries, people have harvested plants for food, for medicine, to make useful items, everyday living. Mesquite, some mesquite beans, cholla, saguaro, creosote medicine. I wonder what creosote, I wonder what they used it for medicine. Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that to see, or if anybody knows what mesquite can be used for medically. I'd be interested to know that. Just kind of neat. You can see there was a wall. That's where the wall was, all along there. Turned a corner. So this is one big compound. I think that's cool. Irrigation communities. The walled compound where you were standing was just one community of a network of communities that built along canal systems. Wow. So what, they built the canals first and then built communities by the canals? Not just survival, a place for the arts. So they're weaving some stuff. There's a grinding. So far from the sea, trades and trips traditionally made to collect seashells from the Gulf of California and Pacific Ocean account for the beautiful shell. So that must be where they got that conch shell inside there. Look like some type of larger structure. I don't see a sign telling me what this was. Yeah, they're restoring that. That's the corner of their compound right there. So from here you get a good view of how big this thing was as far as the court, the area, whole village area.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
Well, this was really fun, and it's really cool that it's free too. So if you're ever in Florence, Casa Grande area, or Coolidge area, I do recommend you come by here. Really nice little museum, and a good example of the Hohokam life back 1400 years ago or something like that. So, all right, well, let's head back to the truck. Here's some petroglyphs. We'll be seeing some of those in a little bit.
Sweet Arizona.
right, well, thank you guys.
Like red rocks in the sun. Her eyes were stained glass like blue under the glacier runs. Nowhere we're going, still don't know where she came from. La la la, la la la, la la la. Singing, take me home tonight. I need you in my arms to wake up and feel alive. Sweet Arizona, yeah, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough, no, I just can't get enough of you. Sweet Arizona.
All right, well, how fun was that? It's always just so interesting to realize how old those things can get. And in this desert, dry desert air, they do last quite a long time. Especially big structures like that, with almost 3 stories of adobe construction. Those walls were thick too. You can see there's quite a bit of agriculture in this area as well. I know there's a big canal, the Central Arizona Project, runs pretty close to those mountains you see over there on the left. All right, well, here's our turn, and we will be heading straight out into those hills you see straight ahead of us. And like you see, there are plowed fields over here. I guess they probably go, I know there's corn, there's a lot of hay, alfalfa, and lots of cotton too. In Eloy's early days, they used to call this Cotton City. And there's a pretty big dairy industry out here too. There's a lot of open grazing out in the desert. There's a lot of state trust land out this way. And the ranchers they'll let their cattle graze in the open out there.
Wheels are rolling on the 2-lane blacktop. Dust kicking high, won't let this heart stop. Friends beside me, laughter fills the air. Chasing sunsets, we're going anywhere. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars. Living our dreams while we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. Stopped in a ghost town, not a soul in sight. Rusty old signs in the pale daylight. Echoes of the past in the creak of the door, telling the tales of those here before. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars. Living our dreams as we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. Camping out by a fire under endless skies. Fiddle tunes play as the moon starts to rise. Dreams as big as the mountains far away. Tomorrow's a promise of another day. Morning comes with the first golden rays. Packing up gear, hitting highways. Every mile we drive, there's a story to tell. Freedom's a song, and we know it well.
right. Wow. Bike rider. It's kind of late in the afternoon. It's a little bit warm too in that direct sunlight. He was out on a dirt road too, man. But anyways, we're not too far away from the petroglyphs. They're a little over half an hour away from those Casa Grande ruins. Big old water tower here. And this is getting close to a pump station for the Central Arizona project. And this is the Brady pump station. And I think it goes underground right here just for a little bit to get under these roads. Something like that. I saw that on a map. But that's quite a big deal, that Central Arizona project. It's like 330 something miles of canal. It brings water from the Colorado River to central and southern Arizona. I think it pumps like 456 billion gallons of water a year. And it also loses about a 5 billion gallons of water from evaporation, and also like another 2 billion gallons each year water seepage to the cracks. All right, this is when it's nice to have a helper. I don't have to get out and open this gate. All right, well, according to my map, it should be just right up here. Looked like there was a big parking lot. Well, there's some hawks or something circling around up there. All right, here's our parking lot. And this big hill of all those big rocks. I can see some of them already. Wow. Just from what I can see from the truck. This is going to be kind of neat. All right, let's check these out. There places like this that are so easy to get to. I'm always a little bit skeptical of what's real and what's original. But from what I read, there's like 4,000 individual petroglyphs in the Picacho Mountains, and they're in 19 different sites. I'm not 100% sure is who might have left these petroglyphs. We'll climb up the rocks a little bit, get some close-ups. But I know the Hohokam inhabited this area from like 400 AD to 14 something. Yeah, you can see people have scratched stuff into rocks. It all looks, there's some pretty neat ones up higher. But I just kind of want to, well, you know what? I got to be careful with snakes. Again. Try and get out of get off the beaten path and see maybe. Yeah, they are everywhere. See, I think some of those straight up there are authentic, and this one here, just because they look a little bit more weathered compared to that one. It looks like somebody tried drawing a circle with a dot in the middle.
Yeah.
That doesn't look real to me. Those up there looks like some animals, deer or something. It's hard to tell. Look at these right here. I'm taking my time for snakes here.
It's like a wolf or something right there. That corner. The 4 legs.
Yeah.
The snake.
Yeah, it looks like somebody put a frog in one right there. And I noticed that, I like how that looks like something splashed down on that rock.
Yeah.
Wonder what caused that. See, what caused this? See, that's pretty neat. It's so hard to tell how old these are. Some of them look like they were just scratched out over the original stuff, which is too bad. See, I think this one looks pretty real. See if I can get closer here. Who knows what, if they go all the way around. Big mountain of petroglyphs. And there's some, I mean, just about every rock up there you can see little circles and squiggles. Yeah, this is a cool place. This is the kind of cool stuff I like to come see. It's got to be pretty unique to these deserts because, you know, the dry air, there's not going to be a ton of vegetation growing on them, no moss. Come over here just a sec. We didn't go too far over here. These are the first ones we saw. They're kind of faded out, so those look kind of cool. Oh, and there's some way up top too. Way up there in the very top. I see some up in those hills right there. This is ripe for snake country. See, there's a couple more. Oh wow, there's some more up here. Up on the side of that. That looks pretty real. Yeah, there's even some more on the sides of those rocks by where that rock peaks up there. You know, Saguaro didn't fare so well. And this is the road that we came in on. I was just wondering if there's, yeah, let me go through here. There's probably so many up there. If you had time to spend half a day up here, you could probably find, boy, those right there going up that peak, that is really cool. I think that's going to do it for here. What an amazing place. All right, let's go see if we can't find my campground. See if I can't get there before the sun goes down this time. It is, it's really dark. Found a place to camp. Not if I like it too much. Not sure if I like it too much. But just for one night. It's pretty. With just that, the silhouette. All right, well, I'm going to get ready to get some sleep. Well, good morning. I had a good night's rest. Any chance of sunrise with colorful clouds got snuffed out by those very clouds I was hoping to light up. But no, the sun's back there behind them. I was just listening to all the wildlife, a lot of birds. Look how cool this is. The forest of choyas. I was over here a little bit earlier, got some pictures. Ooh. Look at this. I saw this choya skeleton. It's really neat. For some reason, I just really like those skeletons. One thing you do have to be careful though when you're walking around like this, you have this kind of stuff laying all over the ground. Especially in these choya forests like this, they're just piled up. And pack rats love this stuff. They take it back to their nest. Helps protect and helps them protect their nest. Here's a big old saguaro. That was a pretty old one. Wow. That's pretty cool, huh? Boy, something big was burrowed down underneath that. The base of that Palo Verde. That's a big ol' hole. I was looking to see if this was any type of, looks like there might have been a nest in there at one point. But then I started noticing these holes that just go straight through, like right there. And I'm wondering if those aren't people shooting, taking shots at it. It's because it goes straight through. Wow, here's a bigger nest. You can see some remnants of stuff in there. And it goes, you can't see it, but there's a tiny hole. It goes all the way through. Yeah, this looks like somebody shot this one up. See, the blooms are starting. That's a good sign. All right, well, I'm going to go back to the truck, get a little bit of breakfast, get some coffee in, and then after I'm done packing up, I'm going to, we'll head over to that old Stagecoach Stop and Homestead. It's not too far away. Oh, one other thing I was going to show you. I was testing, is a good test for overnight, was I got this portable fridge. It's 12 volt, stayed cool. I have it at 39 degrees, but just kept everything nice and cool. All right, well, yeah, let me get packed up, ready to go. See if I can't find one or two more pictures, and we will get out of here. You know, it's really nice this time of the year. Springtime, there's not a ton of humidity, so those nights they still cool off. It's probably, I don't know, 50s. Last night was really, really comfortable. At least I slept good. Let's see. This is a pretty drive. I didn't see some of this as I was driving in. I got delayed because I actually had to run in and back into town and get some gas. Rookie mistake. I didn't get gas before I came out here. I was just a little bit worried about running out while we were running around looking at different stuff. So, but it's a pretty morning. You might be able to hear every once in a while. This is a pretty narrow little road for my truck, so it scrapes my mirrors every once in a while. All right, wow, what a beautiful, yet another day of clear blue skies.
Got my boots on the gas, a map in my hand. CB travelers ready, we're gonna see this great land. Through ghost town echoes and highways wide, with the world in my rear view and you by my side, rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go.
Oh, this is kind of neat. This isn't the main canal. This is just a branch off of it. In fact, right here, right by us, is a Y. We'll get a better look at it here in a second. But there's actually some people over there fishing. Don't worry, I'll get this one. Here's a better look at the Central Arizona project. Just big old canal winding through the desert. Very pretty. Really pretty. Look at all those veins of washes. They get water every once in a while, and the vegetation just clings to it. And that is the Brady Pump Station. And you can kind of see where it goes under the ground a little bit that I was talking about. And that canal runs along those hills or those mountains off in the background. And eventually that leads to I-10 and the Picacho Peak. State Park is over there too. And you can see the bridge that we crossed over in that little section just that heads over towards Eloy, looks like. And it's kind of hard to see, but in the middle of the screen is the ranch, or the homestead and the Stagecoach Stop. Looks like there's a reservoir or something. It's really green back there. And we're looking north, and wow, you can really see the Superstition Mountains from here. Not too far. Before we went through the gate, I was just kind of taking a look over that bridge, and there are a ton of birds. Wow, they're not scared at all of people. Where they've got it made there because they have all the water they need, and they're those kind that they build their little mud nest underneath the bridge. All right, well, here is where we're headed. This old Stagecoach Stop. And Jan was right. This is a lot easier to see, and they are in much better condition. A little bit different though. These are adobe, and the one that I went to near Superior, it's an old rock structure, and there's some concrete as well. Wow, look at that big old corral over there too. Oh, this is cool. I'll go left here. Park. I'll just park over. I believe that's the Stagecoach Stop right there. Before I get parked and we check out this cool old building, I just want to remind you to, if you could, reach down, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't, because it really does help the channel grow. And also hit that notification bell, so that'll remind you each time I put a video out, so you don't miss videos like this. Wow, this is just the corral is neat. This was a change station for horses in like the 1879 is when Pacific Mail and a stage line company, they built a one-room adobe hut. I thought I heard some company coming, but this is a corral made out of mesquite. Probably keep the coyotes out. Some other critters that wanted in there. But then it was, we'll take a look at the buildings here in a second, but I just wanted to take a look at this old corral. This is oh, there's another big old hole for something. Wow. So somebody still uses it, it looks like, down there, ranchers. This is grazing land. It's open grazing. All right. This one looks really well preserved. I see this sign here. It looks like we can get in there. And there's the homestead. What is this? It's an old piece of tin somebody found. Oh, something's burrowed underneath there too. All right, let's see. What does this say? In 1879, the Southern Pacific Mail and Stage Line Company built a one-room adobe station and mesquite corral. It was a horse changing and water stop on the route from the railroad station at Picacho for passengers going to Florence and beyond. In 1913, rancher Juan Verdugo recorded it as a homestead. In 1917, he added a room and raised the roof. About the same time, a ranch school was built to the north. In 1920, the property returned to the state. Later, area ranchers leased the land, using the building as bunkhouses and storage until the late 1980s. Sponsored by Hohokam Resource Conservation and Development Area, Arizona Historical Society. So early 1900s, adobe. This one's preserved a lot better than the other one that I went to. Cows even wander in here. Look, this is starting to really crumble out here. I almost sounded Canadian here, huh? Out here. We can go. I just want to walk around the outside first. Like this Santa Fe style parapet. Wow, it is really low on this side. They've been adding some new tin to the roof. It's cracking. So you can kind of see there was let me get out of there was a low wall here at one time. You can see the foundation and where it was. That's where it went up against the wall, like a little patio area. Let's take a peek inside. Concrete floor. You can see the adobe brick up there. This one's really pretty well preserved. You can see it though, it's starting to work its way down. All this other room over here. We'll go look in there in a sec. It's kind of a neat pattern, is it when it's raining, the water just washes the mud down. I'll just look right there how that adobe, it's hard to see if I can get an angle where you can see that it's kind of bowed in right there. Critter's been putting holes in it too. Oh wow. They've rebuilt this roof. Some new timber up there, it looks like. But wow, that's really neat. That pattern, the water just eating away at that adobe. All the way down. It's pretty cool how that water is just eroding those walls away. The other thing I noticed was the pattern. There's a pattern drawn on the floor. This has been repaired. It's on a concrete foundation too. There's some of the old construction in the adobe. Some sort of wood or something. Just look how thick these walls are. Neat bench. Yeah, look, this is kind of a nice detail up here. Keep the rain from dripping inside. Just look how thick those walls are. Kept it nice and warm in the winter and cool in the summer. The bird was up there pecking at the tin. Well, we can't get into this one. It appears no trespassing. State trust land. Oh, that's too bad. Not much to see, it looks like anyways. Just I see another sign over there. Maybe there will be some information. But I think this was the homestead. They used it as bunkhouses and storage. The ranchers used it for bunkhouses. It just looks pretty much like a big open room. This looks older over here. And again, you can kind of see, oh, it says no trespassing, but I'm not going to. Looks like you can get in there, but there's another wall. Maybe that was a big planter area or something right there. They had plants growing. Well, it looks like maybe there was 2 rooms. This had a kind of barn door for storage. It's pretty neat hinges, old. Well, and this patio went all the way around. So even a permit, even if you have a state trust permit, Heritage Fund, Arizona State Park. Wow, this is so cool. Oh, these are even bloomy. I can hear the bees buzzing up on the top of that tree. Oh, the adobe, you can see on that, and I can see it, I don't know if you can on the camera, but you can see the adobe in there is starting to wash away. Look at a big old crack in that. It's like a trough where water's just pouring down on the inside next to that door. Kind of hard to see that. Looks dark. All right, well, wow. This is really neat. Cool history. Imagine traveling out here on your way to Florence on a stagecoach. And mail. They used it for mail too. All right, well, that is going to do it from the Picacho Stage Stop. Really, really cool place. A lot of history here, early 1900s, and they used all the way up into 1980s. But anyways, I'm going to sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.